Back live with it. Robbie TV, Shake Back, KB back live with it, baby. Yeah, baby. Take my shirt off. Got a little hot for real. What's up with y'all, man? What's up with y'all? I got a couple topics to talk about. I just seen a video of the National Guard, man. They walking down, fucking National Guard and federal agents and shit. They walking down on motherfuckers in DC, man, the black community. Man, what's up with that, yo? Like, I don't like that. Like, come on, Trump. We already had it bad enough. We had the CIA, FBI, DEA, you know what I mean? State and local police agents been harassing us and shit since the beginning of time. Now you trying to bring the National Guard to try to come police the black communities, man? Come on, man. I ain't with that National Guard. They don't have the proper training, all that, you know what I mean? They don't have the patience for, you know, regular everyday police activity. Like, I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that, man. So yeah, what's up, man? We got a couple topics. I just heard something that my girl, she told me, something happened with the Key Bridge. I didn't even see that. Said something exploded or something, so we're gonna take a look at that. Oh yeah, and then we got these hurricanes, man. What's up with these hurricanes, man? Oh, it's been a lot of hurricanes. A hurricane just passed, didn't it? Like, I don't know. I thought we usually only maybe had hurricanes once a year or something like that. Been like hurricanes once a month, like once every 3 months. I don't understand what's been going on. Like, I know they gonna call it climate change and all that, but I don't know if I'm feeling that, man. I ain't buying that one. Climate change and all these hurricanes, man, keep. Like, come on, man. So, let me see if I can find this video. National Guard, like they was locking up some people. Like they over harassing motherfuckers in the black community, man. I ain't feeling that. Man. I am not feeling that one out at all. Yeah, we about to take a look and see what's going on, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Robbie TV. You feel me? Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Yeah, let's see. Let me see if I can find these. Like, subscribe to the channel, man. Robbie TV, Lunchtime Talk. Got a couple topics to talk about. Let me see. Let me show y'all this hurricane. It's supposed to be another hurricane hitting the East Coast, man. Y'all heard about that? I just seen it today. Like, what's up with these hurricanes, man? Anybody live on the East Coast on here, man? Anybody here on the East Coast? I'm in Maryland, you know what I mean? I'm from Baltimore, so I'm about 3 hours from the actual coastline. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't take long for Baltimore to get hit. But from what I'm seeing, it's been a. Let me see.
Hurricane Aaron went into the strengthening history books this weekend, but it's the storm's growing size that could spell trouble for the U.S. East Coast this week. Aaron took advantage of some.
This was early. Like, subscribe to the channel, y'all.
History books this weekend, but it's the storm's growing size that could spell trouble for the U.S. East Coast this week. Aaron took advantage of some bathtub warm water over the weekend to become. ever seen in the Atlantic, going from a Category 1 to a monster Category 5 in only 24 hours. This extreme rapid intensification is something we're seeing more and more of thanks to warming oceans. Aaron was a compact storm Saturday morning with tropical storm force wind.
I'm starting over for y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. This we talking about hurricane. I think it's called Hurricane Aaron. Hurricane Aaron. I know I got a little accent. But yeah, there's been a lot of hurricanes, man.
Growing size that could spell trouble for the U.S. East Coast this week. Aaron took advantage of some bathtub warm water over the weekend to become one of the fastest strengthening storms we've ever seen in the Atlantic, going from a Category 1 to a monster Category 5 in only 24 hours. This extreme rapid intensification is something we're seeing more and more of thanks to warming oceans. Aaron was a compact storm on Saturday morning, with tropical storm force winds extending only about 150 miles. But this will more than triple in size by later this week when Aaron makes its closest pass to the U.S. East Coast, where winds will stretch for more than 500 miles. That's big enough to stretch from New York City all the way down to South Carolina. Even though Aaron is expected to stay offshore, this will bring its tropical storm force winds closer to the U.S., and a larger storm can build up a larger swell, which will help build up those huge waves that's going to impact the entire East Coast, starting late Monday and lasting all the way through Friday. Waves breaking on the coast could top 10 to 15 feet in some locations, along with life-threatening rip currents, which could quickly overcome even the strongest swimmers. Hurricane Aaron went into the strengthening history books this weekend, but it's the storm's growing size that could spell trouble for the U.S.
Yeah, man. What's up with these hurricanes, man? I don't understand. It's like they're getting worse. You heard what he said. It's been growing worse over time, the worst they ever see. I don't understand why it's. Let me see if he posts something about it. I don't understand how these hurricanes and these storms is getting so bad. Like, worst we ever seen, man. Like, I know, you know, things happen, but Mother Nature, she been ramping up lately, haven't she? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. Like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe. Yeah, the storm's been ramping up, right? Man, storm's been ramping up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's been going on with it. But I'll tell you, I know what's been going on. Man, they've been, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. I probably can't find it on YouTube. Like, subscribe, man. Like, subscribe. Say John, Carl. Say your age. I'm 26, man. I just turned. I keep saying 25. I just turned 26. Just turned 26 about 3 weeks ago. Let me see. Geoengineering causing superstorms. Geoengineering causes superstorm. Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. That's what I showed y'all right here, man.
It's more interesting. Dave Malkoff explains.
Just another stormy, wet afternoon in central Florida. But what if you could pick up all this rain where it's needed? California. What if you could fire a laser at the sky and make it rain?
Like, subscribe, like, subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe.
Just another stormy, wet afternoon in central Florida. But what if you could pick up all this rain and move it where it's needed? Texas or California. What if a laser could start the rain?
So you can almost use it to set it off.
Matt Mills got into lasers as a kid.
It's just innately cool.
Now he's part of a team of scientists and military backers on the cutting edge of a new technology, making lasers powerful enough to reach up here into the sky where a thunderstorm is just about to start. In the near future, a push-button storm starter could be a real thing.
Just imagining this situation. If there was a rain cloud that was going to pass over an area of drought and not rain, you could, theoretically induce the rain and get the rain where it's needed.
That storm starter isn't the laser beam itself, but rather a popping energy that comes off of much higher power beams than this one. The problem is those pops have always had trouble getting into the sky. Now Matt has discovered a way to get the laser to pop all the way in the clouds. In theory, that's what starts a storm. We created a cloud of our own behind Matt's lab. A few months ago, Matt's colleagues in Arizona got this working experimentally. The next step is to get it to work in the sky.
Particles in the air are rubbing together, forming static electricity, and the conditions are now right. And they just need to be triggered now.
Does this concern you that you may be messing with Mother Nature and doing something that you don't completely understand up here in the cloud?
I mean, I suppose that's always a danger, but we're not even near to the case where it could be dangerous yet, so not too much.
It's almost like an on-off switch for a thunderstorm.
That's the idea behind it.
Right here in the cloud.
Yep.
In Orlando, Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel. If you could fire a laser at the sky.
You hear what he said, though? Did y'all hear what he said? He said, well, first he said, do y'all think that this is, like, you know, safe? Y'all basically playing with Mother Nature, like y'all causing this, you know, y'all doing what Mother Nature's supposed to be doing. He said he don't think it's a possible, which he bluffing, he lying. He said he don't think it's a possible, you know, that something bad can happen, but no, they lying. That's what they doing now with this cloud seeding and all this stuff. They making it where all this, storms and all these what's going on, man, is crazy, because that's what they doing, and they know it. The government know, everybody know, the scientists, all that, they know, but you know, they just like, hey, we gonna have to pay the price for it. They want us to pay the price for them to try to, and they've been doing this since you even go look at the back in the war, that was Vietnam War, where they flooded out Vietnam. They made it rain. They was doing cloud seeding back then. This was, what, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. They was doing cloud seeding and making it rain and all that. And they flooded out the Vietnam, their enemies in Vietnam when they was fighting the war. I think that was World War II. And you know, it was the Vietnam War. Y'all can Google it, man. They flooded their enemies out using cloud seeding and making it rain for 7 days and 7 nights and shit like that. Like, it's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's crazy. Like, that's where all these storms and all that's coming at, man. I can bet you that. These storms is crazy, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. I just wanted to see y'all about this hurricane that they say was got going on. You can go on YouTube, though, see what they talking about on YouTube. Geoengineering causing storms. You already know they probably wiped the internet, all this shit. I probably shouldn't even be talking about it, because I know they probably going.
The U.S. government is engineering hurricanes, folks. Yeah, that's what the far-right swamp Trump supporters on X Twitter is pushing to its legion of followers as Hurricane Milton approaches. Here's one from Matt Wallace. Quote, rumors are circulating about the strange-looking NOAA data collection plane flight pattern through Hurricane Milton, unquote. But that's what NOAA planes do. They collect data on hurricanes, and the best time to do that is when hurricanes happen. We call it hurricane season. A private equity manager and Trump supporter Grant Cardone tweeted this, quote, I grew up on the Gulf of Mexico. Been watching storms since I was a young boy. I have never seen a storm start here and go east. Do you think government is using technology to manipulate weather patterns and storms? Unquote. And this account, which often goes viral during major events, tweeted, quote, they just transformed the originally benign tropical depression that is now Category 5 Hurricane Milton insane, unquote. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is also suggesting this as a targeting of regions with Trump voters. Yes, geoengineering capabilities exist, but no, that's not what's being done. There's just no evidence of that. The fact is, climate change is real. The U.S. government is engineering hurricanes, folks. Yeah,
So to give you the overview of what cloud seeding is,
About 93% of all
No,
of
let me explain. He's gonna
water
explain
that
it real good.
traverses liquid and ice water that traverses the lower atmosphere over the U.S.
Like, subscribe to the
So
channel,
water in the
y'all.
clouds, right?
Make
About
sure y'all like,
93%.
subscribe. Robbie TV. You know what I mean? Nice time talk, baby. We getting into these hurricanes that's been going on, and then we're gonna touch on the National Guard terrorizing the black community and motherfucking harassing. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't saying it ain't little knuckleheads, little niggas out here that's, you know what I mean, shit, you don't get a taste of the tail, that way they get, those shit ain't sweet, cause you know, you got little niggas out here that's doing crazy shit, making it fucked up, making it block hot and all that, but, you know, it's a certain way you need to do it, you know what I mean, and I know some children need to touch the fire, they do, they gonna have to go to jail to see, you know, that it's not a game out here, because they know that way ain't gonna learn. Even if you done been through the tail of time and been through the test, they still don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? You can just did 20 years, and most kids they hear you, but they still won't have to go through the fire just to they feel it for themselves. You feel what I'm saying? That's like with anything. A motherfucker be telling you, yeah, boy, this, that, and the third, or anything. But once you go through it yourself and you get the feeling and the actual real life experience of it, then you know. You feel me, son? But we're gonna get to that, and then we're gonna get to said it was something. My girl told me said it was something that exploded in Maryland with the Key Bridge. Where the Key Bridge are? They supposed to been at least working trying to fix it. You know what I mean? Been a year and some change now. Like that motherfucker. I don't even think they maybe just start cleaning up the debris. Like, you know what I mean? That's unacceptable, man. We supposed to be having that Key Bridge at least, you know, getting it work doing. You know what I mean? Getting everything in process. I don't even think they doing that yet. And we definitely, I don't know if we got some funding for it, but I'm pretty sure we did. You know what I mean? Because that was major news when that bridge fell. They was talking about that shit all over the country. So, but yeah, y'all, this right here, this guy, it say this is 25-year-old weather hacker explain what cloud seeding is in 2 minutes. So here you go right here. It say, his name is, it say here weather hacker. So y'all listen to him, see what he talking about with cloud seeding, because this is what they doing. Sit back and learn something.
93% of all of the liquid and ice water that traverses the lower atmosphere over the U.S. So the water in the clouds, right? About 93% of that doesn't precipitate over land. It just evaporates away or gets recycled by the oceans. Efficiently precipitating. You can identify those with radar. You can measure that there's liquid in them that isn't coming down. Fly a drone up into them. Disperse a material that freezes the liquid in the cloud. We can talk about what that material is later, but disperse a material that freezes the liquid in the cloud into big, heavy snowflakes that become heavy enough to fall down, and if it's warm beneath the cloud, melt into rain. If it's cold, stay as snow. And so if you just blast a cloud, right, and then it rains, that isn't necessarily proof that you caused it to rain, right? Like maybe you're just good at picking clouds that were going to rain anyway. And so nobody could really justify doing this at scale up until 2017. And what changed then was the National Center of Atmospheric Research, an organization called NCAR out in Colorado. They realized if you have the right wavelength of radar, of dual polarization radar, which I'll talk about again in a sec too. But if you have the right kind of radar and you fly in a zigzag, right, or in a circle, or in your initials, and you only see precipitation on the radar in your flight track, then you can say, oh, that is definitively man-made because we flew in this zigzag or we flew in this spiral, and there's only precipitation occurring in that shape. They did that in Idaho in 2017 multiple times. And that was the very first time that people were able to show, one, that it was unambiguously working, and two, that they could measure how much water they put on the ground. And so most folks, even in the scientific community, are still catching up to speed with this tech. The regulatory community, some people know about it, think it's cool. Some people think that it doesn't exist. Some people don't know the difference between cloud seeding and geoengineering and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm in that category. We'll talk about that then. So to give you the overview of what cloud seeding is,
Yeah, basically kind of gave motherfuckers an overview, you know what I mean? But yeah, shit's crazy. Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Yeah, we talk about these hurricanes. Hopefully they you know, people can evacuate, don't nobody get hurt. So yeah, we're gonna switch over to Trump. National Guard patrolling black communities in Washington, D.C. The video I'm gonna show y'all, let me see. Guess I'll go to the song, let me see. Shout out to Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell, he I don't, you know, he got some points that I do like. Then he got some shit where he just be tripping. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I watch Hassan Campbell. I've been watching him for a little minute. This video right here that I just seen.
I mean, what's the point if you're driving a 55,000?
Yeah, there's a video. That's the only place I seen the video. I ain't even see the video nowhere else. Where they got the FBI and the motherfucking National Guard in the black community, man. Let me see. Yeah, let's see.
And keep us moving in this algorithm.
You know, fucking walk on the street. See, that's why I ain't really. FBI, National Guard, DEA. I don't know if I feel how I feel about this. Yeah, see, they was motherfucking. They was coming through, didn't they, man? I think they see you motherfucker hit the blunt, they on your ass. I think like they might be they on some bullshit out in DC. I ain't gonna lie to you. And this the video I was actually talking about. How and Hassan Campbell did make a good point. You know what I mean? He said, yo, we stuck between a rock and a hard place with black people because you're in the hood, man. You know what I mean? You minding your business for the most part in the hood. You know, you should be good. But, you know, sometimes it ain't like that. You know what I mean? Or, you know, motherfuckers might try to rob you, run up on you, anything. So, you know how it go. And then you still gotta watch out for the police, too. You do. You gotta watch out for the police, man. You know, and that's how it is growing up in the trenches, yo. Like, you gotta watch out for your bands. You gotta watch out for the police. You gotta watch out for your enemies. You feel what I'm saying? You just gotta watch out being in the wrong place, wrong time. For your friends' enemies, or you know, the older guys on the block, they might be in some shit. You know what I mean? You might be sitting right there chilling. You know what I mean? That come around, shoot the motherfucking block up, whatever. So you know, you gotta always stay on point and try to, you know, stick and move when you in the hood. And I always try never stay in one place too long. You feel me? Because And never stand at the same spot where motherfuckers can find you all, you know, any day. Even if you ain't beefing. Because motherfuckers might try hating on you. You know what I mean? Might try to start some shit with you just because. So, but this the part I was talking about too. Where I say, they coming in the hoods, man. And it's another video I seen. I don't know if I can find that video at, where it was another video of the I think it was the FBI and the National Guard. They came through the hood. They was pouring the liquor out. They was acting petty. They was on some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I can find that video. Let me see. Here go the part right here.
Besides, we got families to go home to. Now, with that being said, everybody say that, bro. Don't really like that, bro. At least put up. My car's on, though. Hold on, bro. Man, listen, no, ain't none of that. My car's on. I was about to leave. He said I could leave. Man, listen, all that secure vehicle. Go ahead, bro. Y'all like Dickie and brother. Listen, bro, that's my car, bro. Man, listen, the kid's on me and I'm not giving it to y'all, bro. Don't text me, bro. Listen, my ID's on me. That's all he asked. Why am I arrested? Listen, why am I arrested? I don't listen, why? Y'all niggas think y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all don't give a I'm a personal trainer, nigga. And I was a fire department, nigga. Fuck y'all. Man, listen, I'm not arrested, though. I'm not going nowhere. Listen, I'm not going nowhere. Call your chief. I'm not going nowhere. It's my birthday and all that. Call your chief. Take your badge off. I bet I do something. Take your badge off. Let them niggas do me like that, bro. You a brother, bro. Don't call me, man. I don't want you touching me, bro. I don't want you touching me. He already got me. Fuck. Yeah, how about that? Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. How about that, man? Y'all come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all hating like shit.
See, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the part right there where it's like, yo, they gonna start coming in. They ready to start terrorizing the black community, man. And everybody was, you know, niggas was having some fucked up position about ICE and all that. But Trump doing the same thing. Let me go on YouTube and look it up and see if he said something about it. It's called what? Operation Cleanup. Trump's Operation Cleanup in Washington, D.C. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe, Robbie TV. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, and this it right here, too. Oh, yeah, and I see another thing, too. They say, man, you about to start targeting the homeless. Like, come on, Trump, man. I ain't feeling that. What you gonna do with the A lot of homeless people really need mental evaluation. They do. A lot of it. Some of them just need a start. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe a job. Something where they can work and, you know, they get their rent taken out, they check, you know what I mean? Whatever, how much they got, and, you know, they really just need a start, a helping hand. You feel what I'm saying? Most, they don't know really where to start. And a lot of them, too, is getting high. A lot of them. You know, I would say about, out of all the homeless people, I would say about probably half of them get high. Half of them get high. Probably about a third of them is fucked up. They don't really have good money managing skills. They mentally, you know what I mean? You know, they mental not right. And, you know, I say the last little 10% is definitely probably just need a jump start. They probably did lose their job, fell on bad times, ain't really got no family. You feel what I'm saying? Just out there on the street, really trying to, you know, find a way to really make a living. They ain't really out here getting high. They ain't trying to get high. They just trying to find something. You feel what I'm saying? So it can get like that. It definitely can get like that. But man, I don't like how Trump, man, fucking with these motherfucking they got traffic checkpoints. God damn. Operation Clear Out. Man, this shit crazy. I don't know what the fuck they got going on, man. Let me see. We're gonna see what's up. They something about this. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe to the channel, Robbie TV.
Did you?
We were just touching on Trump. How they out that motherfucker. That he said if you homeless and you don't go in our camp, or you don't find some way to get out the street, yeah, it's going to jail. That's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, you done, babe. But some homeless people, they don't really want no responsibility. They don't want to get themselves together. They don't want to, get clean, or they just want to live on the street and get high all day. But throwing them in jail ain't.
Homeless encampments from all over our parks, our beautiful, beautiful parks. We're moving the encampments away, trying to take care of people.
Also from the White House this morning, the president targeting homeless encampments as part of his crackdown in D.C., federalizing the city's police force.
This is not the first time the president's taken aim at D.C.'s homeless population. Tisha Lewis live for us right now in the district with those details.
And we are near the Kennedy Center. It's an incredible sight to see. You can see the homeless encampment behind me right there. I counted. There are at least a dozen here, and there's a few more nearby. We spoke with someone who lives here, and he tells us that he's been here a couple of months, and he was aware of President Trump's remarks this morning. He is fully aware of them and says that he does not agree. In fact, he called the president's plan to remove these homeless encampments ridiculous.
Like I said, I don't think there is a real solution. Most of the people out here are addicted to drugs. 1 in 10 people ever recover from addiction. That's 90% of addicts. You're gonna put 90% of addicts in jail or somewhere, or lock them up.
What about you? What's your story?
It's the same. I had some trouble. I had a drinking issue, and then I got an apartment, and then I lost my apartment, and just trying to get it back.
Gene tells us many of the people here are navigating drug and alcohol addiction with nowhere to go. He did not want to fully show his face on camera. Another woman here scoffed when we asked her about the president's plan to remove these homeless encampments. Eradicating the homeless encampments is all part of President Trump's plan and now executive order to federalize D.C. The president says the feds will remove the encampments from the district's, quote, beautiful parks. The president says right now the parks are dirty and have what he described as a lot of problems. Homeless advocate Victor Angel says resources are needed for homeless in major cities across America, including right here in the district, and he's working to assemble a team to help.
The message is to love others the way that we want to be loved. Jesus did it best, and at the end of the day, if we can take that practical stance, I feel like the world, we could do a lot better. And it's not about bringing fear or bringing a more abrupt approach, bringing tactics like, armed forces. I think, we need to lead with love, and that'll really help the nation as a whole.
The president says removing the homeless encampments here in the district has already started. In fact, he says some have already been removed. He goes on to say some of the people living here are not from here, saying that some of them are from other countries. And in this morning's news conference, the president says, quote, they will not be able to turn our capital into a wasteland for the world to see.
If you or a loved one experienced inappropriate behavior by staff while incarcerated at a Maryland juvenile...
Yeah, I told you what I said. I said a lot of motherfuckers out there that's homeless, they get high. You know what I mean? Because no person in their right mind want to be homeless. I don't give a fuck what you know what I mean? You want to pay your rent at least. You know what I mean? If you got to walk, eat peanut butter and jelly for a week, whatever. You going to pay your rent. But, most of them, they getting high for real. So they ain't really, they ain't in their right state of mind. And the other half, they really not in their right state of mind. They literally crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see some people homeless, they walking, talking to themselves, and, you know what I mean? They be messed up. And I know it be the drugs, a lot of it. But, some of them really messed up, and they need help. They don't know where to start. You feel what I'm saying? That should just get deeper and deeper, and then that's when the drugs come in, too. You know what I mean? Because if you outside around a motherfucking bunch of drug addicts, and they all doing drugs, and you right here, you ain't get, you know what I mean? It's all about willpower, because I never do none of that shit, but you feel what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got the same willpower. Everybody's mindset ain't strong. You feel me? So, But yeah, it's fucked up, man. Trump doing that to the DC, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, to the homeless people. A lot of them just need help. You feel me, son? And you know you don't want to throw them in jail. They ain't commit no crime for real. I ain't, you know what I mean? You guys gonna make homelessness a crime? Like, you know, and I understand, you know, people, you know, homelessness is an eyesore. To, you know, anybody, state official, leader, governor, whoever, president. Don't nobody want their city or their home, you know, and that's where Trump is living at in the White House. So he probably drive around and see all these motherfucking homeless people and all this shit. So it is, you know, fucked up. But throwing them in jail and throwing all these shit out and making them, you know what I mean, kicking them up their ass and shit, that ain't really the way to go neither. You feel me? So Trump doing a lot of shit, man. Then Trump, I see he trying fucking if Trump wasn't what I was really say. Trump trying to erase fucking black history, man. Him and motherfucking the governor from Florida. I ain't like that, yo. They trying to fucking come at the textbooks and people that make the textbooks and say slavery was you know, was a choice and you know, we made out doing slavery, wasn't slaves, we was like equal, you know, basically we worked for white people and all this shit. Like, nah, I ain't going for none of that. The truth need to be known, and that shit need to be said loudly and proudly, and white kids growing up in schools do need to know. You know what I mean, with their ancestors and they fucking great grandfathers and great you know what I mean, great uncles and all that shit did to our people. You know what I mean? They do need to know. And our you know, daughters and sons and nieces and nephews and little, you know, younger generation need to know too. That, you know, look how far we came, look what our people went through, and look how far we came. And y'all keep striving to be even better. You know what I mean? For real. And we'll never go back to, you know, what the fuck they did to us. We'll never accept that again. And in fact, we gotta fight tooth and nail and bled, you know what I mean? Bleed, you know what I mean? Day at night. But yeah, man, that was that shit I seen with Trump. Trump on some nut shit. It was another video I seen too, but I can't find it. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna find it at. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know where I can find it at. And got Dr. Umar. Let me see. Let me see. Anton. I know Anton. Dang, is he easy? Be up on it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I can find it. Oh yeah, I seen this other video too, man. They scamming up here in Baltimore, man, with these city officials, the mayor and the fucking secretary or treasurer and all that work under the mayor. Everybody, the mayor work under the mayor, man. They I don't know who they must be writing their own salaries or something. Cause they making a lot of money while the city is going through a main crisis. School about to start up. I don't know if these kids gonna have heat. You know what I mean? They shit, motherfucking old ass buildings and shit gonna have lead and asbestos. These old ass schools they supposed to have been redid, and all the money for the Rex. The Rex ain't open. I mean, barely got what? Only maybe 5 swimming pools throughout the whole city for the kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit bad out here, bro. But you got the mayor and all these people making $250,000, $240,000, $210,000. Like, they making bank. They making big money. That motherfuckers that in the area they represent. Yo, Baltimore City probably median income is probably $40,000, $45,000. Let's go on ChatGPT and look it up. Let's see. Well, Google. What is Baltimore City median household income 2024? They put Baltimore. Come on, the dumb shit. What is Baltimore City fuck? Sound like me. What was Baltimore City median household income for 2024? Let's see, Baltimore median household income. Okay, say 59,000. Baltimore City, 59,000. Oh, so that's not that bad. But I can tell you a lot of motherfuckers in Baltimore City praying. And 59,000 ain't no whole lot of money. You know what I mean? I can tell you, I knew it probably want no more than 60. I was gonna say about 50. I was gonna say about maybe 50, maybe 55,000. But that ain't no whole lot of money. That ain't shit. That's above the poverty line. Shit, that's above the poverty level. Yeah, Baltimore City made 59,000. Okay. Shit. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know how many, I don't really know probably too many people even making that much. And you got people that probably is making that much, but with the way it costs of living in Maryland, we got some of the highest taxes. Like, they take a lot out of our paycheck. You feel what I'm saying? And they taxes for everything. Taxes for bags, taxes for water, taxes for ground rent, taxes for everything. Yeah, car admissions, car fees. Like, yo, we get taxed. Maryland is probably maybe top 10 states that get taxed the most. Like, California is probably, you already know California is the most. But, yo, Maryland, we get taxed. We definitely up there. Shit, and they take a lot of, I think our annual state income tax is like 7% almost. That's a lot. Shit, you know what I mean? They taking a lot of shit, motherfucker. I say you only making shit fucking $2,000 a paycheck. Shit, they taking motherfucking at least about 300 of that, 250. You know what I mean? Then you got your state income tax, then you still got your Medicaid, Medicare, 401k, whatever else they trying to take from you. Like, yo, I don't even know. They even saying that the motherfucking Medicaid and all that shit, by the time I get older, man, it might be gone. Like, it might not be no more Medicaid. They say it's supposed to expire. Let me see. I just say that too. People that's working jobs like me, they taking all this money on my paycheck for what? For when I want to retire in the next 40 years, what I'm going to have? You feel what I'm saying? When is Social Security expected to run out? Damn. It say, when will Social Security run out? According to May 2024 Social Security trustees report, the fund reserves that help pay for Social Security benefits will be depleted in 2035. Without congressional intervention, retirees then only will be able to receive 83% of their full benefits. That's crazy. They saying about 2035. Like, come on now. Like, that's gonna be crazy. Like, like, you feel me? That's gonna be people like me that's just started working and got in the working field. We gonna be, yo, they, by the time we get old, they ain't gonna be giving us nothing. They probably gonna have everything on a little chip or something. Like, it's crazy, man. But let me show you this video real quick. I'm gonna just get into it about Maryland. How they cleaning up over here in Maryland. But in Baltimore. With the mayor and the chief of executives and all this peoples and all that, man, they cleaning up. There's a video I watched yesterday. Let me show you. Oh, it's a guy right here. Shout out to the Daily. What's his name? I'll show y'all. We're gonna watch a little bit of it, then I'm gonna tap out for a little bit because I'm about to get up for work. We're gonna go live again tonight around like, I say around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're gonna go live. We're gonna speak about Baltimore. I'm pretty sure it's got a couple other topics I can talk about. Yeah, we're gonna find something. But yeah, this right here. This I just found this up yesterday. I just seen this guy.
Over there. So the governor of their
And
state.
he blamed it on Democrat and Republic. I ain't even really I'm not telling people Democrat or Republicans. Neither one of them is shit trustworthy. Shit, especially when it comes to funds. But this right here.
Of those employees made significantly more than Maryland's top leader, Governor Moore.
He's gonna do what he's got to do to make that money, man. He's got to make that bank. Just like all these.
This right here, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. Especially if you're from Baltimore, like, subscribe to the channel, cause this right here, what I'm about to show you, just well your tax money and all your fees and all that they taxing you for, everything, your tickets and tolls and all that is going right here. So anytime you get a bill in the mail from the state of Maryland, whether it's a toll, a tag, title, fees, a fucking ticket, you know what I mean? A fucking anything, your vehicle emissions, your paycheck. If they take a lot out for your paycheck, or even the state taxes you owe, because a lot of motherfuckers owe state taxes. Like, I think my motherfucking mother owes state tax. Like, I don't know how the fuck people own the government and you work. Like, how do I? So y'all telling me y'all ain't take enough out my check? Y'all supposed to calculate how much y'all supposed to take out my check. I ain't supposed to give you how much. If it was up to y'all shit, you know what I mean? Like, y'all supposed to. This shit crazy, man. I don't understand how you work all year and then if you don't have no dependents to claim, they taking your check, they taking their money from you, and you might wind up owing. At the already took probably 10, 15,000 from you throughout the year, 200 every paycheck. Shit, you know what I mean? I probably took 10,000 from me and then wound up when it's a little return. At least I know I ain't getting nothing back, but at least don't let me owe. Y'all be making motherfuckers owe. I don't understand this tax brackets, man. This shit is, but I'm learning. But it's crazy because, like, you work hard, and I know this country really set up for business owners. That's why I be telling motherfuckers, man, you gotta get your business. It's taxes, man. They eat you alive, and we get taxed the most. People that work 9 to 5s, we get taxed the most. Earned income is taxed the most. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I don't. If I'm gonna pay taxes, at least don't let me owe nothing at the end of the year. That shit crazy, man. But this guy right here, he broke down. I'm gonna show you. He broke it down real smooth on how the mayor of Baltimore and all his people that's under him, chief executive staff, the secretary, the treasurer, all them motherfuckers that's under him, they making more than what the governor and what the president people make. I have to show y'all, man. We in a budget deficit in Maryland. Maryland, we in like a shit. So Baltimore, that mean we Baltimore too. I think Maryland said we in like a $2-3 billion budget deficit. That means, yo, they giving us money when the money gets spent on all type of unnecessary shit. And then they can't wait audit it. You know what I mean? You go and get audited. They like, where the money going at? We don't know. They got us paying $5,000 for old ass 2012 HP laptops and shit for your fucking, you know what I mean? Probably paying $50,000 for these rinky-dink ass trucks they giving us for the city, and you know what I mean? Like, anytime you got government contracts that's with these companies, they charging 3 times over the price, and that's what anything, even with the federal government, with the military. That's why the military is the most spent budget, biggest budget we got in America for any department. I think that budget like $1 billion for real, really like 800 million, but it's really like $1 billion. You might as well say it's $1 billion. And I know we need defenses and all that, but and the budget won't even be that high. It's just the companies that build all this shit. They might charge a regular person. Let's say you a regular small, business time owner. They might charge you $50,000. But if you were the government contract, man, they charging the government $75,000. It's crazy, They make out, and the government don't care. They gonna pay it because it's not coming out their pocket. It's coming out the pockets that's us, the taxpayers. So they gonna do is just raise taxes and take a little cut, probably a slice out the pie for themselves and their family. Take a motherfucking week vacation to Monaco or wherever fuck they go at, the French Riviera and all that shit.
And check this video out.
But look, y'all. This road Maryland. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. Like, subscribe.
Over $12 million in Baltimore City taxpayer money was used to pay for more than 150 employees in Mayor Scott's office in 2024. A handful of those employees made significantly more than Maryland's top leader, Governor Moore, and still do. Two nonprofits that track taxpayer dollars tell Spotlight of Maryland's Tessa Bentulin why this is not only concerning but irresponsible spending.
Some of the top paid Baltimore City officials work directly under
Look,
Mayor
yeah.
Brandon Scott.
There's your boy.
The salaries of these high earners in the mayor's office range from $237,000 to $196,000 in 2024. And
Wait. These positions make more money than Congress members in the federal government? These are just working for a city that apparently is facing a big budget deficit. That's a pretty good salary, man. Jesus.
this year, salaries all well into the 200,000s range, compared to Governor Moore's salary at $188,000 last year. It rose to $192,000 in 2025. Mayor Scott also out-earns the governor with a salary of almost $215,000. Nonprofit Open the Books estimates a total of 397 Baltimore City employees had gross pay higher than Moore's 2024 salary, mostly because of overtime for short-staffed
goodness. So you mean to tell me, let me get that number. 397 Baltimore City officials made more than basically made more than $200,000 last year. You do the math. I think she just did. I think that was the math right there. I think she said 12 million or something like that. That sounds probably about right. This ain't no way. Let's do the math real quick. 397. And I ain't no mathematician, y'all, but we're going to just do a little basic math. She said 397 people made. What she said, they said the governor only make 188,000. She said it went up to 995,000. So we gonna just even out, make 200,000 times 200. Oh my goodness, man. Yo, they tell you we spent almost, I believe I did my math right. Hold on, let's see. She said, so let's just do, let me double check. Let me see. Let's do 195,000. I say 195,000. That was the salary. That's what the governor make. So the government said make like 190,000. So he's gonna put round up to 195,000. And she said 397 people made this or more than what. And this what the governor made. So this what the governor made, and 397 people made more, or about the amount that he made. So I'm gonna do 195,000 and she said 397 people made this or more. So we're gonna do 195,000 times 397. Let me go back. Alright, 195,000 times 397. Yeah. I don't think my number is off, y'all. Me personally, I don't think so. I don't know. It might be. I ain't a mathematician. But just basic math, if she said 397 people made more or just the amount what the governor made, I mean, they be kicked out this much amount in salaries. That's crazy. 77 million? That's crazy. That is crazy, yo. No wonder we in a fucking budget deficit. And I mean, I know a lot of them make from overtime and shit like that. Yeah, look, here it go right here, 2024. The officers of equity and civil rights, even which I had a case with them because my motherfucking supervisor was on some bullshit. They'll make 237,000. The deputy of mayor of public safety, he make 233,000. Deputy of community and economic development, they'll make 222,000. Deputy of city administrator, he make 221,000. The intern deputy director of DPW, which I work with, they'll make 198,000. God damn. And that's just, then we got, we right here, Calvin Young, the chief of staff, 200, this nigga make $250,000 a year for being the chief of staff of a city. The special advisor to the mayor, you'll make $231,000. Faith Leach, say chief administrative officer, she make $275,000. The chief of administrative office, I don't know I don't know what they do, but 250. Yo, doctors ain't even making that much, yo. I don't even think doctors make that much. 275,000. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what is her salary? Like, I gotta look at, like, let me Google what is the average salary for a chief executive officer. Let me see. I keep saying executive. Chief administrative officer. My bad. Chief administrative officer. So let's Google that real quick. What is the median income for a chief administrative officer in the United States for a city? Hold on, let me see. What is the median income for a chief executive officer for let me see. There we go. We will say, what is the median income for a chief administrative officer for a local city in the United States? Hopefully I got it right. Okay, so I guess she ain't out of range. It say the average salary. Oh, alright, okay. So yeah, she in the average range. Say range off of 248,000 to 364,000. Okay. So I guess she ain't off then. Guess she ain't off. Let me see. But I guess she ain't off then. But for them to be making that much though, and the budget to be, and for the city to be looking how it's looking, it's still something still ain't right. And I don't know if that's her actual salary for her position for Baltimore City. Like, I'm about to go in Baltimore City and look up her fucking, you know what I mean? Her shit to see if that's like her, her starting salary for that position. You know, they did say, overtime and shit like that, which is, you know what I mean? I didn't make a lot of money on overtime. So you can make, you can make shit 1.5 times your salary. Shit, double your salary. Real for real. But y'all had to show y'all this. We're going to watch a little bit of it more right here. Let me see.
To 196,000 in 2024. And
Wait. These positions make more money than Congress members in the federal government? These are just working for a city that apparently is facing a big budget deficit. That's a pretty good salary, man. Jesus.
this year, salaries all well into the 200,000s range, compared to Governor Moore's salary at $188,000 last year. It rose to $192,000 in 2025. Mayor Scott also out-earns the governor with a salary of almost $215,000. Nonprofit Open the Books estimates a total of 397 Baltimore City employees had gross pay higher than Moore's 2024 salary, mostly because of overtime for short-staffed police and fire departments. It's not unusual to see staffers out-earn an elected official. 12 people in the governor's office also had higher wages than Moore in 2024. But Jeremy Portnoy, investigative journalist with Open the Book, says what...
Is that how it really goes? That's so weird to me. Shouldn't, the governor be making the most money? Or the mayor be making the most money, and then everyone under him, it goes down from there? Why are these people making so much money?
Is concerning is the amount of people making more. What makes Baltimore stand out there?
I think it's how long this has been an issue and how high the top.
Where do they get the money from? Your pockets? From the city, the citizens? From their pockets? Ripped right out of their paychecks.
Salaries have come.
The city population has declined by about 50,000 residents over the past 15 years. David Williams, president of Taxpayers Protection Alliance,
Shout out to you,
calls the
Pixie
high
Dust.
salaries excessive.
And the number of people that are receiving these salaries in a city that is struggling financially. Every year the city has a deficit they have to deal with, and usually they raise taxes and fees on citizens.
Baltimore City's current budget is $4.6 billion to close an $85 million deficit without raising property taxes. The budget includes several fee increases. These include a 20% hike in ambulance transport fees and a rise in billing. City's president of Taxpayers has declined by about 50,000 residents over the past 15 years. David Williams, president of Taxpayers Protection Alliance,
Shout out to you,
calls
Pixie
the high
Dust.
salaries excessive.
And the number of people that are receiving these salaries in a city that is struggling financially. Every year the city has a deficit they have to deal with, and usually they raise taxes and fees on citizens.
Baltimore City's current budget is $4.6 billion to close an $85 million deficit without raising property taxes. The budget includes several fee increases. These include a 20% hike in ambulance transport fees and a rise in landfill tipping fees from $67.50 to $135 per ton.
This is a long.
Hold on, man. Why do y'all vote Democrat when you think that?
Yeah, as y'all can see, man, shit looking ugly in the city. Like, I ain't. That's crazy. That is crazy. And like you said, we is facing a mean-ass budget deficit. So how the fuck is y'all salaries is increasing when the city is looking, we ain't looking too good. So, yeah, y'all, I ain't know fucking 250. Let me get up out here. Alright, y'all, I'ma holler at y'all a little later. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Robbie TV. We out. Make sure y'all tap into it. I'm be going live a little later, so make sure y'all tap in.